Example 2 here, just like example 1, we need to find the center vertices foci and then find the equation for the asymptotes. So let's first try to find the center. And so the center of this thing, always look to find the x term first. So it's going to be the opposite of 2 or negative 2. And then go to the y term, and the opposite of negative 5 is just 5. So there's your center. Also, this thing opens up and down. The y term is first. So if we make a quick little sketch just to kind of remind us what's happening in general here, we can draw something that just looks kind of like this here, up and down. All right. To find the vertices foci and the equations for the asymptotes, we need to find a, b, and c. So to find a, we just take the square root of whatever's under the first term. Doesn't matter if it's y or x, whatever the first term is, we just take the square root of that number underneath, and that's 6. B then would be the square root of 64, or 8. If we need to find c, that's just going to be the square root of 36 plus 64, which is the square root of 100, or just 10. The vertices then are going to be from the center. We need to go up by a and down by a. So the x value will stay the same. We haven't gone left or right any if we're just moving up and down. And we need to go from 5, and we need to go up 6, so that would be 11. And then also from 5, we need to go down 6, which would be negative 1. To find the foci, we're going to do something very similar to that. We're going to keep the x coordinate, and instead of adding and subtracting 6 from the y part of the center, we're going to be adding and subtracting 10. So we could go negative 2 comma 15, 10 plus 5 would be 15, and then negative 2, 5 minus 10 would be negative 5. For the asymptotes, kind of hard to figure these out, but if you get the hang of it, it really isn't. All you do is you just take whatever is being squared here with the y and just write that down. So in other words, just write down the y minus 5. And then we need to figure out our the slope here, and the slope is going to be the change in y, which is 6, over the change in x, which is the square root of 64, which is 8. So if you're looking at this one for a hyperbola that opens up and down, the slope is actually going to be a over b, just because it's the change in y over the change in x. And that's going to be multiplied by x plus 2. Whatever you see here in that in the x term right there, the thing that's being squared, that will go next. We want to clean this up just a little bit though. You could change this into slope-intercept form if you really wanted to. This is in point slope right now, but this 6 over 8 really should be cleaned up to 3 over 4. That would be the simplest form of that fraction.